Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 126 for Tuesday, the 28th of June, 2022. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag Pearson. I can't stop laughing at those fucking glasses. Pearson ID, Steve ID, Webby, 360G. And joining me today is...
the coolest man on the planet right now.
Yeah, Chivo Hall is back, Mr. Peebs.
I was just in the middle of just reeling off my usual spiel at the beginning. I was just looking at your glasses. I just couldn't stop. It just tickled me, man. Just made me laugh. Oh dear. So Alex, it's nice to have you back again, mate. Always a pleasure.
Buddy. Thanks for having us on.
Peebs, last minute edition. Thank you very much for making the time to join us as well.
No worries. I finished work earlier than I thought, so I haven't got to be up too early tomorrow. So I thought I'd come on and help you out.
Excellent. So I'm going to quickly run down my woes I've had for the last few days, which will probably bore those people that don't game on PCs, but it's going to take me 2 minutes. So I've not done a lot of gaming on my PC this week because I decided to do an upgrade, and that was to purchase a new motherboard and CPU for my PC. Now this is quite a big job, so it's basically rebuilding your PC from scratch. You've got to take everything out, all the components, put in the new motherboard, CPU, your thermal paste, put on your cooler again, but it's just so time consuming. So anyway, I'd taken all my gubbins out, clean my PC, the new motherboard and CPU had turned up, and I didn't realise this, but I've got like a big Noctua air cooler. It's big, it's like that. It's a big chunky beast. And then it has a bracket that sits at the back of the motherboard. Well, on these new motherboards, the holes are in the different places to the bracket that came with my fucking cooler. So I couldn't actually finish the job when my motherboard arrived. So that was one day wasted. And then so I had to order a new bracket off Amazon to come next day delivery. So guess what time the fucking Amazon man turns up with my bracket yesterday?
Such hardships.
I know. First world problems. 7 o'clock in the evening. I was wounded. I was. So anyway, I get the bracket on. I get my cooler on. Everything looks great. Anyway, the PC won't fucking boot to Windows. It just goes to the boss. What the fuck's going on? I've got my hard drive in with Windows installed. Why the fuck is it not working? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, to cut a long story short, I was up till 1 in the morning trying to get my fucking PC to work, and I had to make a new USB stick with Windows on and redo it from scratch, reformat my main hard drive, and start from fresh. So I've spent half the day today, putting everything back, like all my podcast stuff, all this streaming stuff back on my system. Had to reinstall all my games because the Xbox app on the PC is so shit. Even if you've got the games installed, it doesn't see them. So I had to reformat every single gaming hard drive, and I got a lot, and then re-download all my games again as well, which took ages. So I've had a right palaver of making it sound. I've gone through this quite quick, but it was like, it's so long-winded trying to sort that out. I was so fucking pissed off.
But you got it done, though.
But the end result is it's been a worthy upgrade because all the games now run amazing. Even Battlefield 2042, which is notorious for running like dog shit, it runs smooth as a baby's bum now. So I'm well happy with that. So
what about Forza?
Forza runs like a dream.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So Anyway, that's my boring talk out of the way with my PC shenanigans. Alex, we haven't had you on for a little while. Since last week actually, but we've been playing, man. What have you been playing? It seems like forever.
What have I been playing?
Yeah, we've been collecting.
I'm always buying shit, man. I'm always buying stuff. I'll tell you what I did buy. Did I talk about this last time?
I know you sent me a picture of it on WhatsApp, but I don't recall you talking about your
Hori arcade stick.
Nice.
Which is, it's quite nice, quite heavy. And it's great. I'm really getting into the shooters. I never really thought I'd get into bullet hells either, but I'm starting to get into a few of them. And you got to have something like this. It's pretty awesome. They do like a Chun-Li one.
Yeah.
And they do a plain red one, which is the one I really wanted. I mean, this is okay. It's not the best artwork, but, you know.
So what does that work on the Switch and the PC then?
Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It probably would work on a PC. It's
Yeah.
USB.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it feels quite nice. Nice buttons, nice joystick.
Stop playing with your joystick, you.
Cool. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Peebs?
I was just going to ask the same question. I was wondering what it played on, because when I get my games room, which I'll talk about soon, is I want to get a few bits. I wouldn't mind like a joystick thing like that, but one to use on the PlayStation or the Xbox.
Yeah, there's a few out there. It's worth investigating and watching a few videos before you go and buy.
Yeah. The problem is
nice.
you'll never get one that works on both consoles, unfortunately.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so you know,
You need to get one for each one.
Yeah.
Well, there's one called the May Flash, which I think is pretty versatile.
Oh, is it? Yeah, because I've got one of those.
May Flash 500 Elite, I think it is.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I've got one of those May Flash adapters that lets you use Xbox and PlayStation controllers on the Switch in the docks, like a little USB dongle. So.
Yeah, but you're looking to spend over £100 easily.
Oh yeah, easy, yeah.
When you say games room, Peebs, what are you planning?
Well, my kids have moved. Well, my oldest daughter's moved out now, so I've got 2 spare bedrooms. The biggest one is going to be still used as a spare room, come dressing room for the missus. So I've got it's like the 3-bed semi, so it's like a 3rd bedroom size. It's not a box room; it's bigger than a box room. So it's good. You can fit a good bed in there and a wardrobe and a desk. So they're all coming out. I'm going to buy a unit. I'm going to hopefully have the TV on the wall. But it won't be nothing like what you've got, Alex. It'll be just like somewhere I can go and chill and play my games. I'm not really a collector or anything like that, but it'll just be, super basic, but just a unit, a TV. I'm looking at, can't make my mind up what sort of chair I'm going to get. I don't know whether to get like a 2-seater.
See this one here? See, this is the best buy, £70, right, on Facebook Marketplace. I call it my Bond villain chair.
It is, yeah, to be fair, I do like that.
It's not a gaming chair, but I tell you what, it is the most comfortable chair. And it's a swivel chair as well, so I can get access to my games over there, and I can turn around and watch the TV as well.
Yeah,
I love this. I'm not a fan of those gaming chairs. I don't know, they're just a bit...
yeah, because that £70 for that seems mega cheap, because I've been looking at normal gaming chairs, you're looking at £150, £200. But just for even like an IKEA chair or something, you're talking £200. Ridiculous.
Oh, get on Facebook Marketplace and just be patient. Shit comes up. If you just keep searching, like 80s retro chair or 70s retro leather swivel chair, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Stuff does come up. You just got to be patient, but start looking now.
Yeah, I'll start looking now. Yeah, I will actually.
Yeah, I think,
man, you're gonna have a nice setup there.
Yeah, I think the problem is, Peebs. I think since everyone started to work from home a couple of years ago, all that stuff's just jacked up in price, like desks, chairs, monitors. All that sort of stuff's just got mega expensive. I mean, I've got a so-called gaming chair I'm sitting on right now, right? Mm-hmm. And I work I sit in it for 12 hours and it's okay, but for chilling out and gaming, if you're not sitting at a PC, I would not recommend a gaming chair. I'd recommend kind of like a as you said, like a 2-seater sofa or something, just to kick back and relax, And I want to see in your new games room the Xbox mini fridge.
Yeah, I want to get a mini fridge up there. But yeah, what's putting me off them sort of gaming chairs is because, like, at the minute I play in the living room on the main telly.
Yeah.
And obviously it's got the couch, and I sit with the couch with the buffet. And then sometimes if I'm, had a day at work and I'm playing games and I start nodding off, I can easily I put the controller down. That's it. I nod off on the sofa. If I'm in a gaming chair, I'm not really going to be able to nod off in one of them, am I?
No.
Oh, that's the hardships.
I want to know what games you're playing, man. If you're falling asleep playing.
Yeah.
No, not to buy.
Oh dear.
No, it's just obviously when I'm gaming, it's unless it's like a competitive like Warzone or FIFA and stuff, and you're online. I find I'm just so relaxed playing them.
Yeah.
So that's what sends me over the edge for getting tired, just because I'm so relaxed.
Mm.
But the only trouble is as well.
Nice to have maybe a bit of artwork up or something, wouldn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I've got some posters that I had from my old house, because I did have like a games room in my old house, but then I moved and stuff, and this house was a bit smaller. But I've still got I've got like Star Wars film posters and stuff all still framed. They're all still in the cupboard waiting to be hung up, and a few other bits and bobs. So yeah, I'll put some before and after pictures up. So
you don't collect at all then, Peebs, at all? Nothing at all?
I used to, mate. I don't know if you know the backstory, because obviously I was married before, and I did have quite a big I had a back room, downstairs back room, which was my games room. Webby had seen it.
Yeah.
And I did collect quite a bit. Not so much games and stuff, but I had a lot of like gaming figurines and Star Wars figures and just like all sorts of stuff. All sorts, not just gaming, but all sorts. And I had a bit of a messy divorce, and it all had to be sold. So I got a lot of
yeah. I don't know. I still have fond memories. Well, it's not fond for Peebs, but I just remember because we used to play online on Xbox so much together, and then you just hear the shouting in the background, and then you just hear the thud of Peebs putting his headset down. Then you just hear his ex-wife just screaming at him like in the background on the headphones, and we'd all be in party chat. Like there'd be a few of us going, "Oh dear, Peebs is getting a telling off again."
Yeah. You're good you got out of that one then, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot better now.
Good,
man.
But
yeah, so games room Mark II should be up and running in a couple of weeks. The room's empty. I've got 4 days off this week. I'm gonna get some paint. I'm gonna paint it, and then put some posters and artwork and that up, and then get some furniture. That's what I was doing. I need a chair. I want like a unit that I can put them on. Basically I want the TV on the wall.
Yeah.
And then the unit underneath that I can have all the consoles on the unit sort of on show underneath type thing.
One of those kind of IKEA ones where there's like in little squares you can have a console per square.
Collapse, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could put like some lights, like the sticky LED lights in there underneath.
I've got all them. I've got the lights ready.
Brilliant.
And then I've just got to try and find a TV. I'm not sure what size to go for yet. I'm playing currently on a 65-inch but that's because it's the main living room. So I'm thinking, obviously, because it's a smaller room upstairs as well. So I'm thinking more like a, I don't know, 50, 40, between 40 and 50.
Mine's 52, I think, and it's
52 on there. Is that
enough? Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's big enough, really. I'm quite close to it, So
yeah.
I'd like to know what your electric bill is, Alex, of all that stuff going.
Well, that is funny you say that, because I did turn on a few the other night, and I went in the house because we've got one of those new smart meters installed.
Yeah.
And it said I'd spent 13 quid.
Bloody hell. Do you switch all that off at night?
Oh, fucking
hell. Yeah, all goes off. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I didn't have it all on. I had my jammer cabs on, had a quick go of them, turned them off, quick go of Defender, a few games on the Mega Drive, and that was it, really.
Wow.
But I don't know, we seem to be getting charged quite a lot at the moment for electricity. I mean, Nush tried to ring them up the other week. They're not fucking helpful.
No, they're not. I mean, my electric...
Really not helpful.
I was only asking because, like, my electric bill is quite high. My gas is quite low, but, like, my electric bill's gone up by another £80 a month.
Yeah.
And that's just on the electric. And I was like, what the fuck am I using extra? I'm using my PC all day. That's probably what it is, to be fair, but it's insane. I was thinking, well, all the stuff that you've got, man, fucking hell, I dread to think what your bill is.
I don't have it all on at the same time. I'm selective what I put on. Whatever I'm playing, I'll have on, and that's it.
So your man cave, Peebs.
Yeah.
Are you? So you're not sure what size TV to get? I mean, Alex says he's got 52 there. That looks quite a nice size. I mean, I don't know how big your room is. You know what I mean?
No, I mean it's not a big room, and obviously the wall's quite big. So I mean, you could have a big one on there if you wanted, but I'm just thinking because you're going to be quite close up to it. You don't want it too big because I think sometimes you lose the picture, don't it, if it's too big. Sometimes the games look better on a smaller screen.
Well, especially if you're going to play some retro as well, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
because I know you're on about getting the mini SNES and mini Mega Drives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was saying because I was talking to Paul and in our chat about I was tempted to because what I've been doing, I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos like yours, Alex, and other people's, and looking at their games rooms, how they've got them set up, what furniture and stuff they're using, and it just got me into thinking, I fancy like picking up an old Super Nintendo and a Mega Drive, and then Webby and Paul were telling me, oh well, they're good, but they don't really play well on the new TVs and that these days.
No.
And you're probably best off getting the mini ones.
You could pick one of these little Sony Trinitons up, mate. I don't know. I just picked one up last week. 50 quid. Best picture. They are the best fucking picture. And you can get a Sega Mega Drive with an EverDrive like this one. Download every single Mega Drive game and play it on the CRT. And that is the best way to play them.
That's a good idea.
Without spending loads of money. You know, these are great. You can get a Super Nintendo. You can get EverDrives for every system.
Yeah.
You know, just got a little micro SD card in there, like tiny little thing.
So she said, whoop.
Yeah. And that is the best way to play it, I reckon.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. I might look into that. Them TV monitors then, are they quite easy to get hold of still these days?
No, they're not easy. I mean, they do come up. People put silly prices on them.
Yeah,
usually
I bet.
150, 200 quid, but you can pick them up cheaper. Again, you just got to be patient. Be patient.
Yeah.
Start looking now. Start getting all your searches ready. You know, CRT, Sony, Triniton, 14-inch or 21-inch. Put them all in your searches, and when everything comes up, you'll be the first to know they come up. And there's bargains out there.
Yeah.
You know, there's bargains out there, mate. You just got to be quick on it. You know.
Yeah, cool. What brand is your 52-inch on the wall there? That's the other thing.
What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a Philips.
Philips. Yeah, because you can pick up some. I've been looking at some of the TVs like Philips and Hisense and Toshiba. You can pick up some like 50-inch TVs on Argos and that quite cheap now.
Yeah. I mean, Philips I was quite impressed with actually. You know, it's got a good range, been around a long time, and I was told a lot of the innards, all those companies use the same innards anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're paying on a name a lot of the time.
Exactly. Yeah, you're paying for the brand.
Yeah. And, it's it's an OLED one.
Yeah.
Great picture, and it's got lights built in behind it. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah.
As
a lot of them do that.
The LED lights change as well. That's
we got on there MTV.
I've got my own YouTube.
What bit of Michael Jackson then?
I've got my own song selection.
Oh, cool.
You create a playlist.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so, cool, man.
Yeah, that's the way to go. And you can do it. You can do it cheaply, mate. You don't have to spend shitloads like I do. You know, on stuff. You can get a lot of this stuff cheap.
Yeah, well.
You know, you can pick up a Super Nintendo cheap if you're not too bothered if it's a little bit yellowed or, you know, it's working. I could probably find you one somewhere. I've probably got a spare one somewhere you can have.
There you go. You got options, mate.
You got plenty of options.
Yeah, I'll have a look, mate. Cheers.
Yeah.
I just like the mini systems because they're a piece of piss to sort out. You know what I mean? Put tobacco the ones on.
I love them too, Webby. I love them. Do you know what they get a lot of use when we go on holiday? You know when you go on these caravan holidays?
Yeah.
One of those old tellies. Well, we take the minis with us.
Wicked. Yeah, it's a good idea.
You know?
Yeah.
Kids love them, you know, sitting there playing the old games.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Right.
Well, gamers asked us a question, Peebs, aimed at you about Back to the Future, the musical. How was it?
Yeah, so I think Clarky went and saw it as well a little while back. But yeah, I went to see it. When did I go see it now? It's been a while back since I've seen it. But yeah, I think it's the Adelphi Theatre in London, and yeah, we thoroughly enjoyed it. So I think it's classed as like a 4D because the car, the DeLorean,
Yeah.
it actually comes out into the audience and stuff, and some of the effects are really, really good.
Oh wow, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really good the way they do it. But yeah, obviously, if you're a fan of Back to the Future, it's definitely recommended. It's really, really good.
Nice. Anyway, so Alex, tell us what you've been doing this past week. Then, games played, any pickups, any news on your museum?
I'm going back there tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Not a lot to report. Just we went back there Wednesday, measured up, got a feel for the place. There's a bit of prep to do in there. I've got to paint it and get an electrician in there, get all the cables in. So there's a bit of work involved.
Awesome.
So I'm just going back tomorrow just to clear up a few things, and probably make a decision tomorrow, Whether I sign on the dotted line tomorrow, I don't know, but I will make a decision tomorrow. Because I don't know what sort of direction they want to go.
Right, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
It could be done like an arcade museum, or it could be done a bit more fun, a little bit more brighter, a little bit kind of more pop, creative, which is where I would like it to go.
Yeah.
I think arcade museums can be a little bit stuffy.
Mm-hmm.
But there isn't many arcade museums in the country, so that might work. I'm not against that idea, but I still think there's not a lot of room in there for artwork and stuff like that. It's quite a low ceiling.
Right, okay.
There's not a lot of room to be creative in there. So, yeah, it's just things like that in my head, how we're going to work it. But,
okay.
Yeah, back tomorrow. So, pickups. I'll show you a few pickups I've got, right? This game I've been after for ages. It's a nice little shmup on the Super Famicom. It's Sonic Wings.
Ooh.
Which the North American version goes for fucking crazy money. How much do you reckon the North American version goes for?
Couple of $100.
No, you're talking maybe 1,500 to 2,000.
What? Are you fucking joking me?
I'm not.
That's insane.
But you can pick the Super Famicom version up for about 100 quid.
What?
And I'm near the end of collecting for the Super Nintendo. I've got nearly got my top 100 games. So I'm just ticking a few off now, and this is one of them. And it's not a bad shooter, actually.
Oh my God.
Got a Mega Drive game, which is really cool. Another shmup. It's is it Phelios? You played this one?
No.
Vertical shooter, really fun. I mean, the Mega Drive's great for shooters, isn't it? It had that slight edge over the Super Nintendo. It was just a faster gaming machine. With you don't get any slowdown with any of the Mega Drive shooters, and it is fun exploring this system because back in the day I had a Super Nintendo. My brother had the Mega Drive. But yeah, only bought games like Toe Jam and L, Sonic and Speedball, shit like that, which were cool.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't really into shooters, so this is really cool to start picking a few of these up. I've got a nice little collection of them going now. Another one, Insector X. Now this is a bargain. Talk about being patient. I've just got a search on eBay, Japanese Mega Drive games. When they come up, get notified straight away. This usually goes about 150 quid.
Wow.
And I got 40 quid. It is Insector X. So I'm trying to collect all the shooters on the Mega Drive. That's my goal. And this is okay. It's mediocre. Ain't brilliant, but I love the music to this game. And the box art is awesome. Look at that.
Nice, mate. Sorry if I'm looking a little bit distant. I'm just in the middle of paying. I'm paying for the extra on Zoom because our meeting's going to end in a minute.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to just upgrade it.
Okay. Gunstar Heroes. You play this one, Peebs?
No, I can't say I have, no.
Sega Classic. Platforming game, run and gun game. One of my favourite genres.
That at all. I played most games back in the day on the Mega Drive as well.
Yeah, you never played that? It's a classic.
No.
Classic Mega Drive game. Right, some Switch shit. I haven't even played these yet. Curse Castilia, still sealed. Haven't even played it yet.
What was that? Dodo, thank you.
I think it plays like Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghosts and Goblins.
No, nice. Classic games.
Yeah, classic game. And then I've got this lovely box set. It's Raiden 4 for the Switch. I think there's 2 games on there. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that was quite a cheap buy, about 45 quid. You know, for a limited box edition, that ain't bad.
This is a rip-off, man. $14.39 a month for Zoom to have a meeting for longer than 40 minutes.
Get
Well, at least
the cough up, mate.
Oh, to like charge a pay. This a Patreon money. This.
We'll just put it up. Have you sorted it?
Cancel and restart it.
It's no wonder I don't fucking make any money off the Patreon money. Well, do we cancel and restart? Oh, but no, how long it took you to fucking try and fucking get in the thing, mate? You know what I mean?
Well, we should have. I didn't know you was doing it on Zoom. We should have done a little, you know, in the week. Oh, mind you, I didn't know I was coming on, but yeah, should have had a little practice.
Oh, that's all right. I'll pay for it, and then for a month, and then we'll try it for a month, and then
You'll bill us.
no, and then if
Probably Peebs.
Yeah.
and then if it works well, then obviously that'll be a monthly thing I've got to pay. If it works well, that's not a problem.
Yeah. Do you have YouTube Premium? You pay for
No,
that?
I don't fucking pay for that bullshit.
No?
No.
You watch YouTube though, right?
Yeah, but I only watch it on my PC. Oh, look at that. This meeting now has unlimited minutes. It's just come up on the screen. Look, I've just upgraded. There we go.
Yeah, it just come up on my screen as well.
Yeah, no, so when I watch YouTube, it's mainly on my PC and I have ad blockers on anyway, so I don't see any ads.
Ah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I must admit the ads are... I have thought about it in the past. You use it then, Alex, because
I do, yeah.
The adverts are becoming more and more frequent and more annoying.
Well, as long as when you're watching my videos, you watch the adverts, Peebs, right?
Yeah.
Don't be skipping them on my vids. Yeah, I've got a premium because I watch so much YouTube, and I also stream music from YouTube. The last thing you want is adverts coming up when you're streaming music. You know,
Oh,
and
yeah,
I don't pay for a lot of other stuff, to be honest with you. So I quite like it.
If you use it a lot and you enjoy it, then it's worth it. But it's like I say, it's so many. We've talked about it before. There's so many subscriptions now. It's you know, unless you can really afford it, you have to rein in and sacrifice some, don't you? Because you can't have them all.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't pay for any of the extra channels anyway. I've got ways around all that shit. So yeah, where were we? Pickups. A couple more pickups, guys. Yeah, I showed you that one. Ultra Core.
Nice.
I haven't played it yet, but I think it's a nice run and gun game. And this is a unreleased Dreamcast and arcade game. I think it is. Clockwork Aquaria.
Oh, okay. That looks quite interesting.
Seen that?
No.
I think it was a Dreamcast game.
Oh.
Yes, it's nice box.
Oh.
A nice little platformer.
It's a big box, isn't it?
It's a beautiful box. You can tell I'm a collector, can't you?
Yeah. I don't know where you find the room for all this stuff. I really don't.
I am running out. I'm running out of room. I need to sell some shit, actually.
These are just pickups on eBay and Marketplace on Facebook and stuff like that, or contact.
Yeah. Well, I'm on a lot of Facebook groups. So I'm on Facebook groups for everything. So I've got my arcade Facebook groups. I've got my Extreme Mega Drive Collectors Facebook group. Sinclair Facebook group. There's even a Switch Facebook group you can pick bargains up from. Yeah, you name it. To be honest with you, that's the place to go now. You know, eBay, there's not a lot on there. I think most people are selling stuff on Facebook.
I hate eBay. I wouldn't say I hate it. I hate selling on eBay because they take like 20% now.
Yes. They do.
Plus, you got obviously you got your postage. They take the 20%. It's just a faff. Whereas if you sell on Facebook, someone turns up your house and they give you cash. Job done. See you later.
Yeah. It's the way to go. Definitely, it's the way to go. So yeah, the only game I've been playing this week is Death's Gambit Afterlife on the Switch, which I'm actually quite enjoying. So it's kind of like a Metroidvania, but it's got loads of RPG elements in it, loads of leveling up, loads of different characters to choose from. Yeah, it's quite enjoying that actually.
Nice. Sounds good.
It is good. It's been out a while though. It's not like a new game or anything. I'm just enjoying going back and picking these games up because I've missed out on a lot of them. And there's just so many games coming out on the Switch at the moment. You just can't keep up with it all.
I just find there's too many games in general, mate, and that's why I find when people say, well, funnily enough, actually, we've got a WhatsApp group, so I'm just checking out a video on Death's Gambit because if I don't know a game, I just need to see a video. But we've got a WhatsApp group which I need to invite you into, Alex. Actually, now you're a podcast extraordinaire.
I use WhatsApp more than any other thing.
Yeah, but Colin, Colin's in our WhatsApp group and a couple of the American, which is basically the podcaster WhatsApp group. And Colin was saying today, I'm going to go back and play Prey again because there's nothing to play. And I was like, thinking to myself, are you mental? There's so many games out at the minute. It's unbelievable. Especially he's got Game Pass as well. This is what even shocked me even more.
There's loads of new games. You've got the new Turtles game that you've been playing.
So good.
Game. There's a new Mario Strikes one picking up. There's a ton of games, and then plus you've got the whole retro scene. Games you never played back in the day that are worth going back and trying out.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love exploring and investigating old games that I've never played before.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about a hobby. There's thousands of arcade games I've got on my Pi in my jammer cab, and I've got a Pi just set up on this CRT so I can play it just sitting down if I want to.
Yeah.
There's just so much, man.
Yeah.
And they're all worth talking about in one way or another, whether they're shit or they're good. I
agree. Yeah.
So much to talk about.
So many games, so little time.
So many games. It doesn't have to be the latest one all the time, does it?
No. I mean, my thoughts is like, as long as you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't matter what you're playing. Unless you're playing Diablo Immortal on the mobile phone, then I might have something to say about that. But I don't care. Like, if Colin had said, I'm going back to Prey and playing it again because I absolutely loved it, I'd be like, yeah, cool, man, you loved it. But the fact he said, I'm playing it because there's no other games out, I was like, mate, you just... No, there's so much out there. You just need to broaden your horizons a little bit, Yeah,
there's just so much. I mean, all these games here, I haven't played all of them.
Yeah.
And I want to play them. And I'm kind of like, I've got a few RPGs in here. I just don't think I'm ever going to get round to playing. I just don't. I've got Earthbound and I've got Chrono Trigger.
So many good games.
Final Fantasy, which I know you love, don't you?
Yeah.
I really should play that, but it's like
they're so long. I know. That's the problem when you just time bound as you get older. It's just difficult to get into a good JRPG again. Yeah, maybe I do agree.
Gardening all today. The garden needs sorting out, cutting, all the boring stuff that you've got to do.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way.
It does.
And then when you do want a game, you just want something that's mindless.
Yeah.
Shooting or run and gun or just something that's just pick up and play. And I find the retro stuff is easier for that. The arcade stuff is easier for that. Or the new retro-inspired games on the Switch are easier for that.
Yeah.
The thought of me going into sort of playing Elden Ring now, I just like... I don't know, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You just feel like when you do play, you're scratching the surface of a massive world that you're never, ever going to get anywhere in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, man.
And that's not to put the game down. That's just me and my time.
Yeah.
Whereas I can have a quick run through, like, Contra or a Mega Drive game, feel like I've actually achieved something that than when I last played it. You know what I mean? If I've beaten an end of level boss, it's
Yeah.
really satisfying.
Yeah.
I get great satisfaction out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Peebs.
So I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around with the views a little bit, just because I thought it'd be
Put my
funny.
arm around you. Can I put my arm around you?
So I'm all new to Zoom because I've never used it before, so I'm just messing around. So I'll do.
My hair's all gone all bouffant, like fucking Lionel Blair.
There we go. Back to normal. I do apologise. Anyway, what else have you played, Alex? And anything else?
No, well, just that Death's Gambit and Salt and Sanctuary, which we talked about last week. Still playing that, which is like a Dead Souls game. Yeah,
awesome.
It's pretty cool. That's about it, really, dude.
What about you then, Peebs?
Well, so I don't know if last week you talked about the new PlayStation Plus Premium thing that's came out.
Yes.
Well, no, it hadn't come out then, had it?
It'd come out in the US, so we did briefly mention it, but it's out in the UK now, and you've taken a bit of my news away, but that's fine.
Well, no, just because obviously we're going to talk about it. Me and you, Web Pass is now live.
Yeah, Web Pass is now live.
Yeah, it's gone from Web Pass to Web Pass.
Yeah, we're not going to mention what happened there, but
yeah, no comment. But,
Web Pass
is live. So we game share now. So because everyone knows, I used to game share on PlayStation with my brother, but he's pretty useless on it. He never used to download the games, and plus, I don't think I've not spoken to him this week, but I don't think he was going to upgrade to the premium anyway. So Webby offered. So Webby's paying for till what is it, November? Then we'll look at it and see if we want to carry on. We'll go halves on it or whatever.
Yeah.
And but yeah, there's a lot of because obviously I didn't get my PlayStation 5. And I've only had it a couple of months, so I've not played some of the big titles on it. So and there's a few on this new premium pass. So I spent was it Wednesday night downloading them all because Webby was getting all the notifications. Peebs is downloading this.
Yeah, because the thing with PlayStation, right, and it's really bizarre, right? So the game sharing is not. It works, but it's not as good as the Xbox game sharing because on the PlayStation you've got to log in as the other person to start to kick off the downloads. So Peebs obviously has to sign in as me, kick off the downloads, and then he can sign back in as himself and downloads carry on. But every time you click to fricking download something, you get a fricking email from PlayStation. So my inbox was like, "You've downloaded. Thanks for downloading. Bing, 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 bing. All these fricking games." I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, well, I downloaded. The main one I want to play is the Demon Souls one. Because it's the only one I've done all the Dark Souls, done Elden Ring. Demon Souls is the only one I've never completed. Well, I've only ever played. I think I played it on PS3 for about an hour.
Yeah.
Was it PS3 or PS4?
It was PS3.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this remastered edition, I definitely want to try and get my teeth into. So I've downloaded that. I only played the first hour. I've only got to the first main castle thing. So once the game room's all set up and stuff, and I'm settled in there, then I can really get my teeth into that. But then, downloaded the Return. Was it Returnal?
Yeah.
Trying to think of some of the other big ones that are on there that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Well, God of War hit the PlayStation Plus normal this month as well.
Yeah, but that's one I have played and completed. That's a PS4 game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I played that and completed that on PS4. So, I mean, a lot of the PS4 exclusives I did play. It's the new PS5 ones or the remastered ones that I've not.
Yeah.
So really, so the PlayStation will probably get a bit of loving once it's all set up in the games room.
I think with PlayStation Plus Premium though, I mean, I think it's decent. I think it's good value. It's £100 a year. And you do get quite a lot of classic. You get a lot of classic titles, PS1, PS2 games. PS3 though is streaming only, which I think is a bit shit. And then you've got quite a bit nice selection of PS4 games, and you've got I would say a half decent selection of PS5 titles, but they are older titles, like from when the console launched. So you know, I don't think. I mean, I think it's a good service, especially if you haven't played. Especially if you're new to PlayStation, you get quite a good value. Just getting Demon Souls and Returnal, to be honest, because they're still quite expensive to buy anyway. But
Yeah.
I think, you know, you compare it to the offering of Game Pass, and I don't think there's any comparison there. Game Pass has got a far better selection of titles.
Well, a lot of them on the PlayStation. There are some that are on the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Well, aren't there?
Yeah.
Some of the smaller games they're on both services. But and like I say, obviously it's new, so we don't really know how often they're going to update it, because Game Pass now they do add titles to it all the time.
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah, they do.
So it'll be interesting to see if PlayStation do the same. Because if it stays like that for months on end, and like even myself, I've played all these top titles, and then if they're not putting new stuff on there, he'd be like, "Well, it's not worth having it now."
Yeah,
I've played them all, so they've got to keep up with Xbox in that regard. So, but you've got to give them a chance and see how it.
Of course, yeah.
So yeah, and then on the Xbox, obviously, Fallout Guys came out.
Fall Guys.
Fall Guys. I keep calling it Fallout Guys because of the Fallout games. But yeah, it's Fall Guys, and I did play this on the PS4 when it was. Obviously, it was exclusive to PlayStation, wasn't it?
It was PlayStation and PC only until recently.
Yeah, and I did play quite a lot of it. But now it's on the Xbox, downloaded it. I know you had issues because we didn't know at the time, but apparently you can sign in and keep your levels and everything, can't you?
Yeah, you sign in with your Epic account, So I had an issue where I saw an Xbox, I loaded it on Xbox, and it loaded me from fresh. And then I did a bit of research online after that, and it said you needed to have logged in on your normal account on your platform like PlayStation or PC, and it would have given you it would have told you to log in with your Epic account, and then it would have put your save game into their cloud. And then when you go on the Xbox, you sign in with your Epic account, and then it syncs all your save data across all the platforms. So I had to raise a support ticket, and they were really good actually, because they sorted out the issue within 2 days, and now I'm back up to normal. So when I logged in on the Xbox after they sorted out, I had 200 achievements pop straight away. So I was like, woohoo, Chivos! So
yeah, I missed the boat a bit there because the Epic signing did come up on mine, and I was just like, I couldn't remember my login details, so I just was skip. I thought, sod this, skip. So I wish I'd been a bit more aware, like you, Webby, and then I could have signed in and carried all my stuff over. But I wasn't too disappointed. I mean, I played it on the PlayStation a fair bit, but not massively.
Yeah.
So I'm quite happy to sort of, start from scratch at season one. I mean, it wasn't without its technical glitches when it launched. I'm guessing a lot of people were trying to play it, but I said to you, Webby, the other day, I had an afternoon where I couldn't get into games. It just kept, where it's dropping down.
Yeah.
Wasn't loading into a game, signing me out, signing me in. Sometimes, when you lose a round and you just want to quit because obviously you don't want to watch everyone else, it weren't letting you quit. You had to watch. It was just becoming quite buggy and annoying. But I've had a little go before I came on the podcast, and it seemed to be all right. So I think it's just like little few teething problems.
Yeah.
It's new to the Xbox all of a sudden, and everyone wants to download it and play it. So
yeah,
it's a good game.
It is good. I mean, I've been playing it quite a bit the last couple of days, but because I've played it a lot on PC, I know all the maps. I'm actually pretty good at it, and I was streaming it before the podcast. I actually got a win for today, so with that on the stream, so I could record that. But I've been playing it on the Switch as well because I wanted to try it out there. My little boy's been wanting to play it, but oh my god, it's the performance on the Switch, and it's not me being a snob. It's just like the frame rate is so bad on the Switch version. Like you come off the Xbox, play it on the Switch, and it's like watching pictures in motion. Like they're like, like their little arms are like like that. You know what I mean? And it's just not a great way to play it, in my opinion. But
no. Is it better in handheld or?
I've only played it in handheld. I didn't play it on the dock.
Okay.
No. Yeah. But it's only because my little boy wanted to play it, and I've just thought I'd give him the Switch. So, but yeah, I'm loving it, man. It's great. I don't really like playing it with groups of people though. I like just diving in on my own because I did try to jump in with a group in the week with Leo and can't remember who else I was in with. There was three of us. Oh, Sly, it was Sly and Leo, and they were really crap at
They're
it.
an 80s duo, weren't they?
Sorry.
Sly and Leo.
Sly and Leo. Yeah, so the problem is when you do the team games, if a couple of people let you down, like I was winning and then they were like not finishing, that's your team knocked out. You're like, no, it's just a little bit annoying.
Admit, I've never ever played it with anyone. I've always done the solo. Well, I've done the team games, but they were with randoms. And I've noticed since I last played it on the PlayStation, there just seem to be a few more games and on there. Like there was like a volleyball one that I hadn't seen before.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of
and there's another one where you do like laps and you go through these fans and you race round.
Yeah,
I hadn't seen that one before either, but yeah, there's quite a few maps there. It's good fun. But yeah, I've not played it with anyone. Yeah, but like you say, if someone's letting you down, it can be quite frustrating.
Yeah, it is. But oh well, it's still a great game.
Oh yeah, it is a great game. Obviously, it's free to play, so what's not to love?
Yeah.
Warzone got a new map dropped for the Resurgence this week.
Yes.
I've been at work a week, so I haven't played too much of it. I had a quick look on the day it came out, and it seems pretty good. I mean, it's bigger than the old prison map, and from what I could tell, it is quite good. Have you played it with me?
Yeah, so I've played the new map. I really like it. I've only played it twice, so I don't really know it very well, but I think it looks very nice. I like the outside areas with the tents and stuff. But I've also been playing the big map as well, just to try out, because obviously I talked about at the beginning about my PC upgrade, and Warzone's been one of those games that my PC struggled with a little bit. It just hasn't had that performance that I have liked, and now I'm really happy with it because it runs so good. I'm like, right, I want to play some more Warzone now, so I'm well up for some more games of Warzone with you guys. Now I can play it even better on my PC now. But yeah, I'm loving both the new maps, and I do like that they have changed up, because I think that's why people fell off PUBG, because you had that one main map for so long, people just get bored of doing the same map all the time, and the problem is they left it so long until they brought out new maps. I've got about 6 or 7 now, but they didn't take the old maps away, so you've got that, like, so there's a big choice and it's random what map you get. Whereas on Warzone, I know it might feel like, oh, it's a waste of effort, like making a map and then taking it away a year later, but I think limiting it to one big map and one small map is kind of the perfect way to do it, to be honest, because then you get a bigger selection of players all queuing up for one map, or one big map and one small map, instead of spreading the player base out over multiple maps, because then you could get into issues where no one's queuing for the older maps, if that makes sense. So I do think it's good, to be honest, and it does get a bit samey. Like we jump in with Colin, and I've mentioned him a few times, but it's a bit like Groundhog Day when you're playing with Colin on that old map. It's like, right, we're landing in the same spot on the prison. We're going to guard these stairs, and that is literally the whole game.
The old Verdansk map, it was a big tower that we named Collie Tower. We always used to just land on there and camp there.
Yeah.
Now with the smaller prison map, it was the main prison block.
Yeah.
And now we've got this new. It's called Mercenaries Fortune or something, isn't it? So that's a bit more like the deserty type map, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot more like a village and a big church and caves and all sorts. So we need to find a new camping area or landing point where we're all going to land and get. The good thing about that is that when you land in the same spot all the time. I know it does sound like Groundhog Day, but you do become familiar with the layout a bit better and where the chests are going to spawn and things like that. So it is a good idea to start off doing that. So at least you get familiarise yourself with that area of the map. Yeah, because I think this is probably double the size. If you keep landing in different areas all the time, it's going to take you a while to sort of memorise it, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, thumbs up for that. And then not a lot of much else really. I've dived into the Pac-Man Museum.
Yes, I've been playing that as well. Yeah, still
Good.
loving that. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last time I was on, I think that had just come out, and there was issues with the achievements, weren't there? They hadn't switched them on or something. But there's achievements for it now on the Xbox, and yeah, I mean, sometimes you just spend like an hour just designing your arcade and
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Rock up and nerdy stuff, but it's just
I won't let you in my arcade then.
Yeah.
Move my machines about.
I mean, I really like it because it has friends leaderboards for every single Pac-Man game in the museum, and it's really fun. Like, I have to say, I'm not bragging, but I'm top of the leaderboard on every single Pac-Man game apart from one, and it's really pissing me off. Darkest Frost has beaten me on one of the Pac-Man games. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's one where Pac-Man, you can make him jump over the ghosts.
Pac-Mania.
I think it might be Pac-Mania, yeah. And he's got a really good score on it, and I've been trying to beat it, and I can't beat it yet. So he's the only person who I can't beat. Even Cinema Dan is below me on the scoreboards, which I'm quite surprised about. So
he's a big Pac-Man fan, isn't he?
Yeah, but I do think he's mainly playing it on the Switch, so I'm not seeing his true scores.
Has he got do you remember the GameCube version? It was a versus one where you could be the ghost.
Oh, I don't remember that. No.
Don't you remember that one?
No.
He hasn't got that version on there. That was quite fun. It's quite a rare game to find on the not GameCube, on the it was the GameCube. Yeah, it was on the GameCube. Yeah, because you could link the Game Boy Advances to the GameCube.
Oh, that sounds cool.
So you have 4 players, one's the Pac-Man and the other 3 are the ghosts.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen that release.
No, it's not in the museum, so... No. I mean, there is a good selection on the museum, but some of the games are fucking shit, though. Like, some of the console ones that they released are really crap, but mostly it is a good selection, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, you play Peebs?
So going sort of similar type thing is the Capcom Arcade Stadium, which obviously with that one you can't move stuff around and stuff, but you can see like the cabinets all laid out and you just scroll along and play what you want. But I went on there for a bit because I bought quite a few games for that, and there's an achievement for playing one game from start to finish, but it has to be on hard. So I was looking to see what game could I do start to finish, and the one I picked was Final Fight. So I did that start to finish. Obviously, it's got like infinite continues. Well, you have to press RB to insert your coins.
Yeah.
Then you get continue, so you can just keep continuing. So I did that, and it's just how I remembered it from playing it back. I think I had it on the Mega Drive.
No, Final Fight would have been on the SNES.
Would it?
Yeah.
Must have been the SNES then, because I definitely remember completing it.
And there was people a bit pissed off of it because the original one, it was only one player, you couldn't play 2 players.
Oh, really?
Oh, right.
But then the second one came out, they changed that.
Ah.
And then they put the third one out.
Yeah, it must have been the second one, because me and my brother, we played it all the time.
Yeah, Final Fight 2 is a good one. Is a good one. Favourite. Yeah, it wasn't the best port on the SNES, not the first one anyway. But yeah, it's a classic arcade game. That's a great compilation, that Capcom.
I mean, I like it, but as I mentioned last week in the news, they've announced Capcom Arcade Stadium 2, and instead of releasing the games as add-ons for the first freaking game, it's like, oh, you need to launch this other game to get the other collection of games. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
it's a bit annoying. But it's good the way they do weekly challenges on certain games.
Oh, that's
and things
cool.
Like that. Don't know how often they update it, but
every week.
Well, this week, I'm just looking at it now, and it's weekly. But then some are off, some are on, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't go on it enough to really,
Yeah.
Fine. But, it did get me back in. I was enjoying it, just playing some of that obviously the Street Fighter 2's on there and Commando. I had a little go on Street Fighter 2, and Jesus, that is mega hard. To be fair, I was never a massive fan of it back in the day because I just found it too hard.
Really?
Yeah, I've never.
You can. I think you can alter the level setting on that though, can't you?
I've never been a big fan of that style. You know, like the Tekken. I mean, I did like Tekken, but that style, like one-on-one fighting, Mortal Kombat. I mean, I did like Mortal Kombat, but I was more of a fan of the side-scroll and beat 'em up than I am like the one versus one.
Yeah.
Type.
What's your favourite side-scrolling beat 'em up then, Peebs?
Double Dragon. Last week you flagged it off.
I was going to mention that because that was on the front of my mind.
It's not because it was obviously the best, but I think just because
I'll see you later.
Sentimental. I think it's more sentimental because it's like, you know, probably one of the first arcade games I can really remember.
That's
obviously
playing last week, Neon.
I played that on the 360, I think.
I didn't think much of it.
No, to be fair, that's not a good version.
No,
that's not a good version.
I mean, I do like side-scrolling beat 'em ups, but they can get a little bit mediocre. Some of them.
Yeah, and they're a bit samey as well, can't they?
Yeah, there's a few standout ones I like. Cadillacs and Dinosaurs.
Oh, what a game!
But I didn't get a console release. Streets of Rage is obviously classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Streets of Rage. The music in that is brilliant.
Yeah.
The new Streets of Rage. You played that, Peebs, didn't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shit, mate. Shit.
That day one.
Shit, mate. What are you on about?
Me and Dan went through that and completed it in one sitting.
Yeah. Awesome game.
I had no friends to play with me, you see, so I didn't like it. So I actually...
There's a bit of a dilemma about this fucking Patreon game. Because so do you know I was on about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be absolutely amazing, but it's sealed. I don't know whether to open it. Do what, mate?
I remember you talking about that one a few weeks back, and Webby showed the video of it, and it looked flipping brilliant.
It is freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, it took ages to come out. It was one of those Kickstarters that took forever. They took loads of money off loads of people. They kept promising the earth, and they didn't see anything. And I put a video to the history. Did you watch it?
I did. I thought it was really interesting. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They had that big premiere, didn't they? Big show.
Oh, I was fucking pissing myself at that premiere, and I was like, because they're saying that the game didn't work properly.
No, it didn't even work properly. So when it did come out, everyone was like, fucking, I've had enough of all that shit. They didn't believe it. And when it came out, everyone was gobsmacked how fucking good it was.
Yeah.
Just absolutely incredible game.
Yeah.
And it's a real collector's piece now because, everyone wants it because it's so good.
Well, what I'm surprised about with this game, because after we talked about it on the podcast, I had a scour on the dark web for a ROM of it.
Yeah.
Nothing. You can't find a dodgy copy anywhere.
No,
and usually these sort of games,
whether you could get it on the EverDrive and you can't,
no,
because obviously it's not just a normal Mega Drive cart, is it?
No. So so that's the only way you can play it. But they are saying online that they are looking at a digital release on PC. I'm not sure about consoles, but I think so. But I definitely saw news about it coming to Steam at some point. So
yeah,
it's up to you, mate. I mean, if it was me, I'd play it.
Yeah,
I'm
a gamer. I'll open it. I'm going to do I want to do a video on it, and open it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
definitely worth doing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. It actually came. One of my mates have got. They came with an arcade stick as well.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So the package. If you wanted the bigger package, you get the game and you get the arcade stick with all the Paprium artwork.
Oh, that's cool.
And when your special move comes up, one of the buttons lights up on the arcade stick, which I think's fucking
Oh
cool.
wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, my mate was telling me yesterday about it. He's actually got the arcade stick,
Wow.
which is cool.
Nice.
So yeah, no, I'm definitely going to open it. But it was just like, or is there another way of playing it first? But if there isn't, not even on the dark web, then
Oh, I've tried, mate. I've tried.
it's got to be played.
I'm guessing in your experience, Alex, you must have people like say for that game, like it's sealed, box sealed, that people have opened them and then have somehow resealed them back up and trying to flog them as sealed.
I don't know. Well, I'll show you. It'd be quite difficult to do that. Just open it up. So I did look at it the other day. So I couldn't find it for ages. But where the fuck is that game? I've put it somewhere. So it comes in this clamshell.
Here you go, mate. There's a copy of Paprium there on eBay for you, 450 quid.
Yeah, well, I didn't pay that. I paid
Crazy money, isn't it?
250 quid for this, but my mate said that's a deal, and this is only going to go up in price, which it has done.
I think that is insane.
It's in a lovely package.
Crazy money.
Right, let's have look at the cart. Well, it comes in this.
Oh wow! Like sealed, like completely sealed in a.
Completely sealed. It'd be pretty hard to try and reseal that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? It's
wow.
like a proper vacuum seal. I mean, the guys. It even comes with a letter. Some weird fucking letter.
I saw this online.
Yeah.
Look at
with a letter.
Fucking, that's a few pages.
Yeah. Very strange. I can't read it all now because I ain't got time. But there was some funny comments he made in here. Oh, what was it? On the good side, I got proof that pressure doesn't cause cancer, but I should also test for AIDS because it hurts. What the fuck?
Bizarre. Well, what else you played, Peebs? Anyway, time is ticking. I know you guys are on a time limit.
Quick one. I finished Turtles. I know you mentioned it last week. I've done half of it with you, half of it with Collie and his kids.
Yeah.
And Rohan Prince, who jumped on Warzone with us, he jumped in. I know you said last week there was no issues. We did have a few issues with it.
Okay.
Glitching wise, but I'm not sure if that was because obviously Collie's in the US and me and Prince are in the UK. But we were joining okay, but then when it was loading up into the main levels, we could see the screen, but we couldn't see our characters, and you could see the enemies being beaten up by the other characters, but we couldn't see our characters. But once we come out, started again, it would load, it would be fine. You finish the level, you go to the next level, and it'd do the same thing again. So you just have to keep quitting out and rejoining it. I mean, it's seamless how you join. You join, you know, no issues joining, but we did have a few issues that way. But like I say, I don't know if it's because it was in different continents or whatever. But yeah, we finished it. Great game. It's not that long, is it? But I think it is designed for multiple playthroughs. There's achievement, I think, for beating it with every turtle or every character.
Yeah.
Although I have read since that you can sort of glitch that. Well, not glitch it, but you can just, rather than start from the beginning, you can just load up the last level and just do it that with each character. And the Chivo will unlock, so it is slightly cheating. But
would you say it's better than Street Fighter, the Street Fighter 4, or
Streets of Rage? You mean?
Sorry, Streets of Rage.
Oh yeah, 100%, mate.
Is it?
I don't know. No,
so good,
know.
so good.
Turtles.
It's so good. It is the best side-scrolling beam up I've ever played. It's the I would say it is the best side-scrolling fighter I've ever played.
No, I'm having that.
It's amazing. Until if you play it, you'll be like, oh my god.
No.
The thing is Alex is. I think, I don't know how old you are. We're sort of a similar age. I think you're a little bit older than me, but Webby is that prime. I think he's younger than us. Where Turtles was. I mean, I remember it being big, but I was a little bit older.
Yeah, we grew up with Enter the Dragon and Bruce Lee, mate, and Chuck Norris. We grew up with Turtles.
Turtles was amazing. It was the greatest thing ever.
yeah, I would say it's definitely more accessible than Streets of Rage. And this is still done in the old style, like 16-bit graphics, whereas they did upscale the new Streets of Rage. And the Streets of Rage is harder, because probably maybe it's a bit more of a grown-up game. Maybe.
Oh, fuck off!
Yeah, oh, definitely. There's more skill. There's more skill involved.
There's no skill.
Yeah.
It's just get your ass kicked.
It's a player's game, isn't it? It's a player's game. Whereas Turtles is really for kids.
Tails is amazing. Anyway, Peebs,
it's good for what it is. So it is a good game.
Cool.
But it's just not one. I don't think that many people will be playing it. Once they've completed, I don't think many people will be going back to it.
That's the same with most games, though, mate. To be fair.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. We'll be done.
All right. Cool, man. All right, I'm gonna rip off my games I've played. I've not played a lot this week, anyway, so I'm not going to be long at all. Been playing a little bit of Call of Duty Vanguard. As I mentioned last week, I picked up an Xbox Series S. So I've been playing that on the Series X and the Series S, and the Series S is, like, as I mentioned, it's a good little machine, but there's some massive graphical differences on some of these games, like especially with like the Call of Duty Vanguard. It's like, because it runs most of the games at 1080p, so they look really blurry and like, yeah, just not great. It feels like when I'm playing the Series S, I feel like I'm going back a generation playing these games, but yeah, I'm still enjoying it though. I'm still enjoying using it, and COD Vanguard is amazing. So that's all good. Been playing some Gran Turismo 7 as normal. I've been getting the old steering wheel out and playing that. Still enjoying that. I'm still playing with Venom and Laffer quite a bit when we can. But I've also got into the habit of jumping on just when they're not around, jumping into some online lobbies and kicking some butt on Nürburgring, because these guys, Venom and Laffer, don't like going on Nürburg, and it's my favourite track, so I've been poning noobs on there, and it's just been a lot of fun. They've just done an update as well this week to it, where I've been moaning since the game's come out that you make a room and then you can't change any settings when it's done, like change the car classes or the tracks or anything like that. So you have to close the lobby down and start a new one. They've actually updated it where you don't have to do that anymore. You can actually change the options, which is amazing. So that's really, really good. Okay, so I've been trying to get into some of the older games that I kind of missed. So I've been carrying on as much as I can with Evil Within 2. And really enjoyed it. Fuck me, that game is freaky as, man. It's a really freaky game. I've gotten the story's quite weird, where like I know it's quite old and Peebs played ages ago, but it's bizarre, the setting, because it's like I got to one bit where I went in, like there's this old computer and you click in the computer and you get sucked into this computer. And you go into this weird other area world thing, and there's loads of like freaky zombies and puzzles to solve, and it's just, I don't know, I can't explain. It's just really fucked up, the whole game. It's really freaky monster design. Like the areas are all fucking weird, but it's really well done. It's very good psychological horror, I'd say. So I'm going to be carrying on with that. I'm really liking that. So
PS4, where is it?
I'm playing on the PC. It was on the Xbox One, so yeah, PS4, yeah. So that's all good. What else did I play? Forza. We did Forza Thursday. Peebs, you are being missed on Forza Thursdays, I have to say. Don't know what's happening. You just joined us.
Just been working, mate.
And then, well, you're missing out, man. We had a really good session.
Been on nights this week, so I'm not around in the evenings.
It's not good, mate. It's not good. You need to jump on it when you can, and we had a really good session this week, just gone. So, want to see more people join that. Okay, so the last couple of games, actually, yeah. So I've been playing Worms. WMD was an Xbox One title, was also on the Switch and stuff. I've been playing a hell of a lot of Worms with my boy, because he loves Worms. I introduced him to the original Worms on my Evercade, So we've been going through the years of Worms, and now we're up to with WMD, which is more modern, with the cartoony graphics. But yeah, I'm loving it, man. It's really funny because it did the cloud save, and I've got a team on there called Mojo from the old Mojo Interactive, and it's got all the guys in it: Peebs, Colin, Dan, Kirk, Darren, as my little worms. That's really cool, man. So yeah, I've been really loving playing Worms. It's a really good game, actually. It's just especially for couch co-op, sending off the sheep and the banana bombs and all that sort of stuff. Just so much fun.
I actually got into the 3D ones.
Oh really? I was never really a fan of those.
Yeah. Like, fucking knew every nook and cranny in that game. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh, nice.
And it reminded me a little bit like of Hogs of War. Do you remember Hogs of War?
Yes, I remember Hogs of War. Yeah.
Rick Mail.
Yeah.
It's classic. Classic game.
Yeah. And so they launched Total War 3 Kingdoms onto Xbox this week onto Xbox Game Pass on PC. So I checked that out very briefly. It's basically you control your armies and on the battlefield, and you send them out, and you have all your units and stuff like that. And I only played it for about half an hour, just did a tutorial, and it actually seems quite good because it's all set in like ancient China, and you have like your world, like your China, like your map of China, and you just kind of like got to invade more territories, and you just see yourself just gain more and more of the map as you go along. But I want to get into that a bit more because I do like those games, but I very briefly played that. But my main game this week, funny enough, has been Dark Pictures Man of Medan. You played this, didn't you, Peebs? I think he's muted me. He's talking to his missus. Yeah. So I don't know if you've played this, Alex. Any of the Dark Pictures games?
I've never heard of it. What is it?
I thought you'd already played this, Webby.
Yeah, I've played them all, but I'm replaying them. So because I've got my wife's niece and nephew over from Australia staying with us at the moment, and it's a really good game to play, actually, just to sit down on the couch, because you can do it like 4-player, and each person like you assign characters to. So when it's that character's turn, they have the controller and they get to play. So it's kind of like a movie, but it's an interactive movie, so the story plays out, but then the choices you make along the way affect the game. Like, so you if you fuck up some of the button presses and stuff on the quick time events, your character can actually die. So, there's multiple endings. Like, you could get to the end where all your characters survive, or you could get to the end where like only 1 or 2 survive. You know what I mean? Just depending on how well you do. It's done by the same people that did Until Dawn on the PlayStation 4. I don't know if you ever played that, Alex. No.
Right.
Oh, they're such great games, man. So so we finished off Man of Medan this week. I forgot how good it was, actually, and we actually got some different outcomes this time because a few characters died.
Write that down.
And then we started last night afterwards the sequel Little Hope. So we're going to go through that this week, and then we're going to get on to the third game after that as well. So I'm kind of redoing the whole trilogy in a different way, because when I played them before, it was just me and my missus, and now there's 4 of us playing it. Some people aren't very good with the controller, right? So it's just quite funny, if people die in certain circumstances, yeah. So, it's a great game. Really, really is. So, I'm loving it. Yeah, you can actually get the whole trilogy now in one pack, whereas before you'd only get them one at a time as they came out. But you can get the whole trilogy for the price of one now. So,
right. What is it? A sort of science fiction, fantasy, or what?
Well, all 3 of them are different stories, but they're kind of linked. So basically, there's a dude who's a storyteller, and he's like, "Oh, the choices you make in the story, blah blah." Not in the first one, you play as like a bunch of teenagers on a boat trip, and some stuff happens, right? But it's all very mystical, spooky stuff happens. Yeah, they basically find this old ghost ship thing and loads of stuff happens. But I don't want to give too much of the story away because obviously if you've not played it, yeah. And then
send me a link to that, dude.
Yeah, then the second one you're in like a haunted town. And I forget I played the third one, but it's just escaped my mind what happens in the third one. I need to have a look at a video again.
Yeah, I've only played the first one, the one on the boat.
Yeah,
pretty good. So I'll look. I think any of the others actually on this new Premium Plus on PlayStation.
I don't know. I've not looked, mate. To be honest,
I think the second one, first and second definitely are.
Really?
I thought, yeah, I'm sure they are.
Oh, okay.
The second one is, unless I was imagining it, because I thought to myself that isn't that old either, is it? The second one.
No, and the third one's called House of Ashes. Oh, I remember it now. Yeah. But yeah, you can get a whole triple pack for on Xbox, I think it's like 40 quid. But as I say, it's the same people that did Until Dawn, and they've just released another game called The Quarry as well. But I'm waiting for a price drop.
Yeah, I am as well, yeah.
Because it's ridiculously priced. It's like 65 quid. I'm not paying that.
It's not supposed to be that long either, is it?
Nah, well, they never are. I mean, they're about 4 or 5 hours, you know?
Yeah.
So,
keep racking up them Bing points.
That's it, mate. Rack up those Bing points. I'm saving mine for COD.
Yeah, I think I might be.
No, yeah, that is literally all I've played this week. Apart from testing out some games on my PC, I'd retried, just very briefly, Cyberpunk 2077 today. Runs like a dream, looks super sexy. Battlefield 2042 I tried today. That is a classic game that runs like dog shit, right? And it now runs fucking perfect on my PC. So my thoughts are, you need a beast of a machine to run this game, and I'm so happy it runs really well now. So, and Escape from Tarkov runs really nice as well now. So, really happy with the upgrade. Really happy that my games are running as they should.
It's funny, isn't it, that you say that you need a PC to run the games at their best. Really.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, you do.
What you're saying is you are getting the best experience of gaming right now through a PC over anything else, right?
Yeah.
It's back in the 80s, 90s, it would have been the arcades you'd go to get the best and newest experience. You are now saying that a PC rules over it all, basically.
It does, mate.
Yeah.
For graphics and performance on certain games, definitely, yeah.
You've noticed that running and playing the same game on the consoles, the latest consoles. You think there's that much of a difference?
Well, I mean, it depends on the games. So Battlefield, in particular, a lot of people. I mean, it got panned review-wise because it runs so poorly. Yeah, it's not, and it's not the fault of the machines. It's because EA are fucking lazy cunts, and it's very poorly optimized. Yeah. So, I mean, I've played it on the Xbox, gone the free trial, and it ran a bit meh. On my PC before I upgraded it, it was janky as fuck, to be brutally honest with you. But now, obviously, I've done my upgrade, and it's really nice. And I just think it's... One, I don't... It's frustrating because people aren't getting the optimal performance, and the only way to get that is to spend a lot of money.
What's a lot of money?
Well,
like what you've got.
So, I mean, I upgraded my CPU and motherboard, and that was 670 quid just to do that. Let's just say my whole PC was about £3,000.
Right.
So that's what you're looking at.
An arcade machine, dude.
That's just one of your arcade machines. Look how much money you spend then. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking hell, I dread to think how much you've spent. Crazy.
I got in there early with some of them. Yeah, I mean, each their own. We all collect in different ways, don't we?
Yeah.
We all play in different ways. The main thing is we're playing games.
Yes, that's it. 100%, yeah. But I mean, it's my favourite hobby, and my missus was happy with it because I literally spend no money on anything else. So it's just what I enjoy.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant because you don't buy physical games. You get the best possible deal on any game, don't you? Out there, if you can. Like, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'd wait, or I'd get my keys off like CCD keys or whatever, you know, or Bing points or.
And you're a player. You're an absolute gaming player.
I'm a player. That's what the ladies all say, mate. I'm a player.
You are the player, the man.
Yeah. No,
what I'm trying to get at is, look, some people just collect and don't fucking play anything.
I don't
get that.
Yeah, and this is why the whole console wars thing just makes me laugh, you know. I mean, I personally have got, you know, 2 Xboxes, a PlayStation 5, 2 Switches, and a PC. So I've got everything, and I know not everyone's in a privileged position to do that, but because I don't do anything else, and that's literally all I spend my money on, that's how I can, you know, I kind of live and breathe games, and that's just who I am at the end of the day. I love it.
I'm always looking at game videos or listening to podcasts or on podcasts. Like I've got Space Invaders in bits. I'm trying to repair that. I've got the monitor out and trying to sort that out. You know, it's always game related. Whatever angle you're coming at it. You know, there's always something to do, but never enough time.
No, I get that.
I find that with the hobby, especially, you know, the game room tours that I do.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating the way we're all into the same hobby, but we all come at it at completely different angles.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I find it fascinating going into people's rooms and going, oh my God, well, that's never seen that done before. Do you know what I mean? Or never played that game before.
Yeah.
You know, it's a brilliant hobby.
And that's what I like about it is, like, when you meet people face to face or talk to people like this, you know, it's real. I find it fascinating. Like your arcade stuff, I love listening about it. I love seeing your room.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what makes me like, and that's what makes me think, like, you go on like social media and there's just so much hate. You know, people just bickering and fighting. Oh, my console's better than yours. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, if you were face to face just chatting, you'd probably just get along and appreciate each other's stuff, surely, wouldn't you? It's just weird how there's such a disconnect and difference there.
There's always a bit of banter between Sega and Nintendo, but that's always it's fun, you know. And I get involved with that with a couple of my mates who's a Sega collector and I'm a Nintendo collector. I collect all the drive as well. And to be honest with you, I don't really like to compare them. I think they're two completely different machines.
Yeah.
They're both great in their own way. You know, it's just fun to have a bit of banter sometimes. You know, because some of the ports were really bad. You know, I don't know if you saw recently they're bringing out another remake of Sunset Riders.
Oh wow, cool.
Yes, I think it's Retro Gamer Boy. He's got a YouTube channel. He's really into his Sega. He's got about 10,000 subs, so quite a popular YouTube channel. And just his last video, he's got like a copy of a download of the game that they're making. It's a remake of Sunset Riders, which was brilliant on the Super Nintendo, but the Mega Drive port was awful, absolutely awful back in the day. And they're trying to remedy that with this new release. And he was comparing it with the SNES version and the arcade version, and it was up there. You know, it was up there with the arcade version.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was just lazy of them back in the day. Just a not great port, and you still get that today, like
all the time. Yeah,
EA. They're lazy on the fucking Switch all the time. It always happens.
Yeah.
You know?
As long as it kind of works, that's all I give a fuck about. It is a shame. Really is. I've got a couple of bits of news actually. I just want to rip through before. I know you're on you've got to go soon, so that's fine. So just talking about dodgy like games coming out unfinished and not working properly. So I don't know if you're aware or not. KOTOR 2 is out on the Switch now.
KOTOR 2.
Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So that's out on the Switch, but there's a bug in the game which affects some players where if they go to a certain area, they can never finish the game. They have to start it all again from fresh.
And is that a bug that was on the original? Or is that
No, that's a new bug. That's a game-breaking bug. You know how long these RPGs are as well, right? So yeah, it's kind of.
Well, I finished the original one back, and I don't think I played 2. I don't know if that was much of an improvement, was it?
I never played it myself, so but I just thought it was interesting because it's an old game.
Yeah.
Obviously, though they put it out on the Switch, but to have a game-breaking bug like that is fucking it's insane. And my last bit of news, actually, there wasn't much this week. The FIA, the motorsport, the federal people for the motorsports, they usually have Gran Turismo as their esports competition game, but it is no longer the game for them. It is now Assetto Corsa Competizione. So I don't know what's happened there. It's quite interesting because Gran Turismo's been that game for so long, and I mean, my thoughts are perhaps I've gone to Assetto Corsa because maybe it's more realistic, or they may have fallen out with Sony. I don't know, but it's just quite a big departure to be moving away from Gran Turismo in that way. So, Peebs has figured out how to talk in Zoom now in the text chat. Well done, mate.
I've been looking at it for the last hour.
I haven't even seen the chat. Where's that?
No, it's like so used to Skype back in the day. Skype, for all its flaws, was quite a simple user face to use. A lot of these new, like Discord, Discord doesn't even have a chat feature while you're talking, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Zoom,
yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah. You just don't know how to use your technology, mate.
Obviously, sometimes when you're in a chat and people are talking about a specific subject and you just want to quickly just chat, I'm nipping to the loo or whatever.
Yeah.
You used to be able to do that on Skype. There's
only me and you in it, though, isn't there? There's no one else in it.
That's just us three, yeah.
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 Yeah, there's not much point, is there?
No. But, yeah, that's all my news. So, Frosty says he can't see the chat through his glasses. No. A couple of questions, not many. Clarky says, heard a good questions on another podcast. He says, if you were a game character, what would your idle animation be, such as Sonic tapping his toe, etc.? Oh, that's quite a good question. What would your idle animation be?
I think
well, Peebs with those glasses would be like the Staying Alive, like like that, you know.
Yeah.
Some of the World of Warcraft ones.
I'll probably just stand there and tap my watch like this.
Sunset Riders, that he was just standing there spinning his gun around. I thought that was quite cool on the new game.
Oh, that is cool.
I can't think of me. Metroid, she doesn't, does she?
Yeah, but what would you do, Alex? What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah, what would you do? That's the question. What would you do?
I'd do a Mooney.
A Mooney. Brilliant.
Yeah, good.
Oh, dear. What's My Tag asks, where did Peebs get those sunglasses?
I can't tell. No, they're Amazon.
There you go. Amazon. I get everything off Amazon.
Yeah, although I've been debating whether to cancel my Prime subscription because I haven't ordered a lot lately and I don't watch the stuff and I've just got so many subscriptions on the go. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, have you watched The Boys yet, though?
No, I've not watched any of that and I have heard it's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new season yet, but I've heard it's amazeballs.
I've just finished Stranger Things and now on to Obi-Wan. So
they're both brilliant.
Well, Stranger Things has got another few episodes to come next week, I think.
Yeah, I'm up to date with it actually. And actually, it's funny how that obviously the Kate Bush song was got number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mad, like how music.
The 80s soundtrack. Man.
Well, the 80s is one of the best eras for music. I mean, even now, you can't really beat a lot of those tracks. You know what I mean? And it says a lot to me. Like as I say, I've got
even my dad liked the 80s because you still had bands left over from the 60s and 70s in the 80s.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you had the Stones, you had Led Zeppelin still in there. You know, so it was a great era for all genres, really.
Yeah.
You had punk bands, you had the New Romantics, so many creative melting pots of fucking music coming out in the 80s. It's you can't beat it. And what's music now? I mean,
I mean, I know I'm an old man when I sit there and I listen to the like if like these kids put the music on, like my Leon's niece and nephew, and I'm sitting there going, "What the fuck is that noise?"
It's noise.
I'm like the grumpy old man.
Just noise.
It was like Glastonbury this weekend. It was the headliners was Billie Eilish on Friday night, who I have heard of, but I haven't really know any of her songs. Obviously, last night was Paul McCartney, which is obviously all his songs. But then tonight's Kendrick Lamar. I couldn't name any of his songs.
No.
Just getting old, mate. I think that's what it is.
Well, they've made Glastonbury a bit political now, haven't they, as well? All these people turning up.
Corbyn on stage.
Doing all these speeches and things.
Keep politics out of fucking music.
Just,
music. If you want
they showed a good video today because apparently that Greta Thunberg turned it. The large one. And then they showed a picture of the aftermath of Glastonbury when everyone had just chucked all this shit everywhere.
Yeah.
How hypocritical's that?
Yeah, well, it just made me laugh because
I put stuff in the bin.
Because I saw something today was saying like all the vegans, they shouldn't be going to Glastonbury because it's on a working dairy farm. So how hypocritical is that? I had a great fun telling my missus that.
I know. Bands like Coldplay going on about the environment and they're jet setting around the world on fucking jets and then setting up the biggest PA system on the planet, burning as much electricity. It's like, sorry, don't lecture me on trying to save money electricity when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Campaign socialists.
Yeah. Anyway, any questions in Twitch? Because I think we're at the end. That's all the questions we had this week, so...
I've got 5% left on my iPad.
That's fair enough. Well, I think...
I enjoyed Zoom.
I've paid for the month now, so we're going to be doing it for the rest of the month at least.
I'll do a little Mooney next time I come on.
Yeah, we're sitting there just twiddling our thumb. I'm doing this. You're doing your Mooney. Peebs is doing this. These glasses, Yeah. Good times. All right, dudes. Well, I think we'll end it here then.
Yeah.
It's been emotional.
Nice one.
And so for me, Mark Webb, Gamertag, Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G.
Resident Chivo Hall, Mr. Peebs.
And Alex, Nintendo Arcade.
So thank you very much. Don't forget to join us next Sunday, 8:30 p.m. at twitch.tv/Webby360G. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/360gamercast. Head on over to 360gamercast.com for all your social media links, etc. Anyway, thank you very much. We will see you hopefully next Sunday. Goodbye.